Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and peace and salutation to the hopefully elect that are scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. Yeah, so as the days continually get evil and more evil, we're coming to that point in which Jacob trouble will eventually kick off, and that would be basically a time in which a target would be up on the backs of the Israelites, a time of persecution like never before, in which, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, we understand and know that these days are coming, and we're seeing the steps that will lead up into that moment in which these devils, Esau, who is known as the accuser of the brethren, is going to set up a scenario that will have the Israelites blame, so much where the scripture says that they should be like madmen, sparing none. All right, it's all due to an accusation, due to these T attacks, these false events, right? And which at some point, they're going to tie it all in, with the Hebrew Israelites. And both of the tribes, are going to be the target, not just one. So what inspired this video was this video from a brother from Georgia, GMS Sound GA.VA8. Go and subscribe. So his title for his video was called Trump Coming Back in the Spirit of Nero, Blaming LA Fires on Illegal Immigrants. Reincarnation is real, right? So yeah, we at Great Millstone firmly believe that Nero, who blamed the Christians, which were the Israelites in 64 AD in Rome, it's back today. All the players are back from Rome playing that role, okay? And we believe that Nero is Trump. And so he's going to say something that pretty much alludes unto, what Nero did back in 64 AD. And before we get into it, let's grab this scripture in Ecclesiastes 1:9 that to show you how real reincarnation is, as the brother went into also. So it says in Ecclesiastes 1:9, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. All right. And this is ultimately dealing with the spirit, reincarnation. And kingdoms are also, all right, reincarnated. So the thing that have been, which is the Roman Empire, all right, it is that which shall be. And it has come back in the form of America. And that which is done is that which shall be done. Now, what happened during the time of Rome? Well, you had the great persecution of the Israelites. Nero blamed the Christians, which were the Israelites in 64 AD, for the burn down of Rome. So that's going to take place once again. And there is no new thing under the sun, right? And to further, give more clarity on that scripture, when you go to the NLT, it says history merely repeats itself. You see that? Heavy. It has all been done before. There's nothing new. All right. There's nothing under the sun. Nothing under the sun is truly new. Okay. So we're about to see a repeat of basically 64 AD. The persecution of the Israelites, in which I got this pulled up from Google, in which I typed in Nero blamed the Christians. So it says here from the AI overview, it says, yes, Emperor Nero blamed the Christians, which were Israelites, for the great fire of Rome in 64 AD, which led to the first persecution of the Israelites in the Roman Empire. So explanation, the fire, it says the fire broke out of Rome in the summer of 64 AD, destroying or damaging a large part of the city. So check this out. Rumors circulated that Nero started the fire to rebuild Rome as he wanted. See that? Saying here that Nero started the fire to rebuild Rome as he wanted. And this is what these devils are attempting to do today with this new world order. They want to burn down America, completely take away the structure of it. They got the direct energy weapons, right? And was able to set fire to certain parts of the land to clear it out so they can rebuild, these smart cities and ultimately these 15-minute cities that would take place, all right, as you see LA was already in plans of a smart city dealing with the Olympics that will be there in 2028. So they already got these things mapped out, and so they're land grabbing, they're destroying shit. But at the same time, they're trying to blame it on someone, right? So Nero started a fire to rebuild Rome as he wanted, right? Nero's to blame. So this tweet right here, the brother screenshot it. 1044, call y'all about shot. It says from Benny Johnson. It says Trump is just straight up posting text messages now about the absolute disaster state that Los Angeles is in right now. So Trump tweets right here the actual irony, or text, whatever. The actual irony: a homeowner consents to pay property taxes that will go to the fire department. The funds are diverted to illegal immigrants because LA is a sanctuary city. An illegal immigrant comes and sets your house on fire, and the fire department doesn't have the resource to put it out. So you can see how he's inciting and pretty much pouring gas on the fire here, man. All right, because he's saying, you got these taxpayers who are spending that money, and that money is going into these illegal immigrants, and they're turning around and setting their house on fire. So you can see the tension that this guy is fueling, right? He's pretty much fanning the flames. But anyway, it says the homeowner pay for their own destruction. On top of that, the government is so inept that the insurance companies won't insure houses anymore. So the homeowner is left with nothing, right? So basically, they're blaming, he's putting their heat upon the illegal immigrants, which we know, that they mostly consist of the northern tribes, So basically, Esau, being that crafty devil, that subtle devil, is looking to link both of the tribes together, man, right? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. As you got, Tea attacks happening, so-called Tea attacks happening, in which they're trying to pretty much link the Hebrew Israelites with these radicals that they say are going out and doing this. Now, this guy who mowed down those individuals in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, well, right here, as his name was Shamsud Din Bahar Jabbar, which could kind of be, linked back into the Hebrew Israelites, these Eastern names or whatnot. But anyway, right here, his voter details says his race was black or African American. See that? So they're saying that this guy, whose nationality, his race, according to him, his identity was black or African American, was radicalized, due to online content, which made him go out and do that. So you can see how Esau is laying that snare to where eventually, there's gonna be some shit out here that people are gonna want. They're gonna want some kind of form of justice, because fear is about to grip the land of America and also around the earth as well. So much so that people are gonna want something done, just like with Osama bin Laden. Everybody want that nigga dead, so they're building up that same scenario in which, the Israelites as a whole, would be the scapegoat. So going back into this Google AI right here, and so it continues to say, Nero blamed the Israelites for the fire, even though many people believe he started intentionally. And the same thing is happening now. People know that these devils got technology in the sky, the direct energy weapons, and basically the heart machine that's able to cause these different scenarios and so-called natural disasters to happen. People are catching on to that, right? And so it goes and say he used the Christians or the Israelites as a scapegoat to deflect the blame from himself, the persecution, So all in all, that's what these devils are going to do. They're going to deflect the blame and put it upon the Israelites as a scapegoat, right? So right here from the CenterSquare.com came out January 14, 25. FBI, DHS warn of likely terrorist attacks. See that? So we had to expect, things to really heat up. All right. More harder things are going to be happening that's way worse than what we saw on Bourbon Street. So within this article, something I want to point out, I guess we'll just read this first part right here. So it says, quote unquote, the FBI and the DHS are concerned about possible copycat or retaliatory attacks due to the persistent appeal of vehicle ramming and as a tactic of vehicle ramming as a tactic for aspiring violent extremist attacks. The PSA states previous attacks inspired by foreign T organizations who have conducted vehicle attacks in the United States and abroad have used rented, stolen, and personally owned vehicles, which are easy to acquire. Some may use additional weapons such as firearms, knives to attack individuals after the vehicle has stopped. Right, yada, yada, yada. So this is the part I really want to get. So it says, additionally, attackers may attempt to conceal or pre-position improvised explosive devices to supplement a vehicle attack. Targets have included pedestrians, law enforcement, or military members in crowded public venues, including festivals and commercial centers, which generally are accessible from roadways. Right? So just imagine a football stadium or a basketball stadium blowing up, how much fear it would cause in America or just anywhere where you got a public gathering at, man. You know? So right here it says the PSA urges members of the public to remain vigilant. See? So these T attacks are about to be put on notice, and the public is gonna be given a command to go and report suspicious activity. So right here say the PSA urges members of the public to remain vigilant about T attacks, report suspicious activity to local FBI field offices, and call 911 to report emergencies. And that's the reason why we tell, you Israelites, when you come into this truth, that you can't trust nobody, right? You can't trust your family, your friends, because when shit get hot, they're gonna be willing to call you and sniff you out, man. To say that, yeah, you've been radicalized by some off the internet. You're talking about America being destroyed. So yeah, you fit the category of a terrorist, right? So yeah, that's why we say this, it's best just to keep this information to yourself, knowing the dangers, that can arise from it. Because these devils are very crafty and they're going to work on the minds of the people to have certain individuals be arrested, delivered up and turned over, man. So very dangerous time that we in. But we can see that scenario from 64 AD getting ready to play out. And Trump's about to get in the office. So yeah, it's about to be turned up. Let's go to Psalm 37 and verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just. See, this ain't nothing but a plot against the just that represents the the elect, basically. But overall, the Israelites, man, because they want to get their hands upon the ones who are condemning him with his testimony of Yahweh Shai. It says, and gnash upon him with his teeth. So he's plotting scenarios that's going to allow his military to gnash upon us. All right, that's what his teeth is going into, because he wants to devour the poor. See that? It goes and says, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Right? The wicked are drawn out the sword and have bent the bow to cast down the poor and needy. So they want to shoot in secret at the perfect, like the scriptures say. Let's get that real quick. I think that's Psalm 64. And we start at verse 2. So it says here, verse 1, hear my voice, O Yahweh, Shema Shai, my prayer, and preserve my life from fear of the enemy. The enemy is Esau. So hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right. So that secret counsel is to destroy the Israelites. Okay. And to set up their new world order. It says, who whet their tongues like a sword, who sharpen their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right. Accusations. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. That's what they're trying to do. They want to shoot in secret, at the perfect was golden to the Israelites, but mainly we're talking about the just, the elect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, right? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares, traps privately. They say, who shall see them? And that's exactly what they're doing, man. right behind the scenes, behind all the distractions and shit. They're looking to uh, get at the Israelites by a false accusation, with their teeth. So going back, Psalm 37:14, the wicked are drawn out the sword. And when you draw out the sword, it's an action, right? You're pulling it out, you're getting it ready to be used. So the same thing that he's doing with, these incidents in which he's going to sign off on legislation is going to allow him to persecute the Israelites once again, man. Okay. It says, and they bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, which are the Israelites, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. See that? But it says, their sword shall enter into their own heart, right? Their own counsel shall cast them down, and their bows shall be broken, right? So all in all, the elect are going to have a hedge there, in which when these devils do make their move, a standard will be lifted, just like a standard was lifted when Pharaoh and his army was drawn in to come after the Israelites. See? So we in a season of heavy persecution because, for one thing, when you're dealing with this ministry, man, it puts a target on your back, all right, to where now these devils are looking to hone in and basically destroy the witnesses. Isaiah 59:15, yea, true felleth, and he that departed from evil make himself a prey, right? So when you depart from Esau, once you start condemning him with his testimony, now, all right, he has his eyes set upon you privately. It says, and the Lord Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Okay, so eventually, yeah, he's going to send back Yahweh Shai, all right, to save the elect. So when you scroll down to verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua from the west. And we're in the west right now, where the elect is fearing that holy name. It says, and his glory from the rising of the sun, right, from the east. And what you got Israelites waking up from the east into the west. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, see? It's going to be a huge accusation, man. It say the spirit of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against him. See? So that flood is going to be overwhelming. It tells you how in 2nd Esdras, 16th chapter, how they should be like madmen, sparing none. And there should be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord in every place, right? So that's that great flood. So you're going to need protection from Yahweh by Hashem Shai, all right, to keep you covered in these times. So Psalm 124, verse 1, it says, praise for rescue from the enemies. If it had not been the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Shai who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Shai who was on our side, when men rose up against us, that's what's going to happen, man. And you're going to want the Lord on your side. And the only way that he's going to protect you is if you abide within Yahweh Shai and his testimony. Okay. Then they had swallowed us up quick. See, when their wrath was kindled against us. Right. And I got to get it now. When their wrath was kindled against us, just like I quoted in 2nd Esdras 16. Because it says this, it links up right with this scripture right here. 2nd Esdras 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude, see, that's that flood, is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things often idols. Right? So they're going to round up certain individuals and put them in the concentration camps and tell them, hey, all right, for national security, you're going to take this chip, this Karak, man. Because there's too much shit going on. There's too much chaos in the streets, and you guys are to blame for it. And those that don't take it, they're going to threaten you with death. It says, and they that consent unto them should be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there should be in every place and in the next season a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, the Israelites. See? And this is all due to an accusation. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay? But for the elect, when we scroll down, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So here, O ye my beloved, the house of David, the elect, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. See, Jacob's trouble. Niggas talking about Jacob's trouble has already been here and gone. All right, we're gonna see. He said, but I would deliver you from the same. So be ye not afraid, neither down, for Yahweh Bashim is your God. All right, so the Lord's gonna protect the elect, and that's what you're reading right here in the book of Psalm 124. So verse 3, it says, matter of fact, verse 2, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side when man rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when the wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Proud waters represents Esau, okay, and his military. So blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Bashimashah, who are not given us as a prey to their teeth. See, just like we read in Psalm 37. All right, he's plotting against the just, and he's gnashed upon us with his teeth. Okay, so the elect are not going to be given as a prey to this man's military. It goes and say, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The fowlers being Esau. Okay, the snare is broken and we are escaped. All right, and ultimately we're going to escape by the way of those chariots. You know, once it ultimately beamed up out of America, Babylon the Great. But even before that, all right, we're going to escape the wrath of Esau. So it says, our help is in the name of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah, who made the heaven and the earth. That's why the scriptures just said that, Isaiah 59, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. So the name is needed in these times for our help. All right, that's where salvation comes from. See that? So shit's finna get hot, man. We can see it through the spirit, 1044. Call the Al-Bash Mashai, and we're just waiting on these accusations so we can get this thing started, man. So this is what this gospel, this great spirit is all about, which was to prepare us for this great persecution through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because it's not going to be easy as we teeter towards the end of this current age, heading to the world to come. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Till next time I say Shalom.